Topic today, bringing awareness to domestic violence, something we should really talk about every day. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and as we've reported before, victim advocates in Baltimore are getting some financial help from the state. This was the scene on Monday at the House of Ruth. State and local leaders gathered for the announcement that the shelter there is receiving $400,000 from the governor's office of Crime and Prevention Control. The money will be used for transitional housing for those who are in need. Now, this move hits home for many families, including Lieutenant Governor Anthony Brown. His cousin was killed by her estranged boyfriend last year, and we hear these stories all the time, but you never think it's going to happen to somebody you know. That's why we're going to keep the topic of domestic violence going this morning, because it can happen to anyone, regardless of their age, their race, their class. Tova Caston is here. She is the Deputy Director of Saving Promise. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
So this is a national organization, a nonprofit organization. Tell us a little bit more about Saving Promise for those who aren't familiar with it.
I'd be happy to. Saving Promise campaign, we're a national frontline movement, and the reason we're different than other organizations is we want to bring the message of domestic violence to every person, every institution, every faith-based organization, because this is a problem that concerns everyone in our community and in our greater world.
You really know, because you were a prosecutor with domestic violence, the focus on that, correct?
That's correct.
So what did you see, I guess, from your experience from that, and did that sort of, I guess, motivate you or inspire you to do what you do now?
Definitely. I was a prosecutor in Montgomery County, Maryland for 4 years, and I prosecuted domestic violence cases. Specifically, a lot of people think that domestic violence is only about physical abuse, but it's really important to remember that there are many things that we should look out for that aren't just physical. There's emotional abuse, that is the abusers putting the victim in psychological fear or intimidating her or threatening to kill her or children. There's financial abuse, which we know a lot about, where women don't have control of their own money, thereby limiting their abilities to get out of relationships that are harmful. And there's many other types of limits that abusers can place on victims other than just the actual act of hitting, which, while serious, isn't the only way that women are violated.
So what kind of things should somebody look for if they say, you know, what if my daughter's in this situation? What if I'm worried about my sister? What do you look out for?
Well, our organization, Saving Promise, is going to be launching lots of innovative campaigns for this very reason. And that is, if you're a friend, a sister, family member, you can look out for signs. Is someone not calling you that you've been in touch with for a while? Do they seem more isolated? Or do they seem removed from activities that they used to enjoy? Are they wearing clothing that isn't seasonably appropriate? So, for instance, turtlenecks when it's 75 degrees out, are they hiding something? Bosses and coworkers can also be a really valuable link in helping to identify domestic violence. And are workers coming to work late? Do they seem like they don't want to participate in work functions? Are they making excuses to not go home or seem overly concerned about their partners knowing their whereabouts? And another important link are faith-based clergy leaders in our community. And they see a lot. In fact, faith-based clergy and leaders in that community are often the ones that people relate to and tell the story to for the very first time. So we all have an active role, and our organization is promoting listening, looking, being aware, making sure that you help people that certainly are in need.
All right, well, Tova, thank you so much for coming in. If people want to learn more, where can they go?
Sure, they can go to our website, which is www.savingpromisecampaign.org. And this weekend we'll be celebrating our inaugural Black Tie Gala.
Okay, the information's right there. If you missed any of it, we will put all of this on our website. And really quickly, there's a book that you brought in. Your founder
our founder, L.Y. Marlowe, wrote this book, Color Me Butterfly, which is a really heart-wrenching and wonderful story of intergenerational violence in our society.
Yeah, because it can really be passed on from one generation to another.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Jamie.
All right, mate.